So in this classroom, you will learn how to be a system engineer, tech support, desktop support. This is what this class is for. You're not required to take an exam on this one. You need to finish the Young Genius program, and then you can decide whether you want to go into the ITMS, or you want to go to the software engineering, or you want to go to the cloud computing. So that's what this class is designed for. So right now we have 8 laptops here, just to begin, and we have a container coming next month around the 15th. We should be able to fill the rest of the computers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ousman. Can you please just introduce yourself and the opening? Just tell us a very quick brief about the opening today.
The opening, I feel, was great. Even though we expected more crowd, but it's a Saturday, and there were a lot of people going to Farafene for this opening of the bridge. But I am really thankful that the ministers came, and also Honorable Jallo came, and also the Secretary General and the Minister of Information. We really, really appreciated them. They really care.
Indeed. So today is the opening of the Indian Institute for
Hardware and Technology.
So I do realize that you also have a software section as well.
That is correct. We also offer software
training,
CRM. We also sell software CRM, but we also train software engineering, class, Android development. We have those programs which are about 1 year, 2 months. That's what the length of those programs. The requirement for those programs, you have to finish high school, and you have to have a minimum of 3 credits, and you have to at least pass mathematics. Yes, that's the part of the requirement for the software engineering courses.
And until now, we've not been able to get an idea of the cost of your courses. And I can show some of our people who will be watching. We've got some fantastic equipment here. How much, if somebody is looking at this, say if one of the parents who was out there today, can you give them a ballpark at one of your starter courses? Where will they?
Our courses start, the smallest about $250.
Okay.
To about $900 to $1,000
for the whole course.
For the whole program.
Okay.
So with that, we want to work with the Gambian citizens. The way we structure our fees, we don't publish them out there. What we want, the best way to do this is bring the student to the school, show them the programs, go over the detail, then see if the value connect with what they are looking for. If they see a value there, then we can talk about price, we can show them. But for me, when you're selling a product and you go into price, mostly somebody else is going to go beat you. We don't sell based on price, we sell based on value. Okay, so when the values are there, the money is not a question. So that being said, we encourage the student to come here. All the fees, we'll show them, but we do not display. But the one thing the student or the parents should know, that all the fees are almost comparable to what the other institutions are offering in the Gambia. Because we did a research on that, and we see all their fees. So we wanted to make sure that we are not higher than them or below them, we are in between.
Okay. I think one of scholarship.
Yeah, we also offer a scholarship program. If they take the exam, let's say for the software engineering, and they score 90 above, we will give them either have scholarship or 20% or 30% discount depending on what the score is. So we are offering that just to encourage people to come, because there might be some smart kids, but they just don't have the money or the resources to do the program or to pay for the whole program. So in that way, we also have our tuition fee. You pay half of the tuition fee at the beginning when you come on board. Then when you're about to finish, to take your last exam, then you can pay the rest before you take your last exam.
If somebody is working and they would like to go in for some of these courses, how feasible is it to be able to work whilst you are doing some of these courses? Do you have night classes?
Great question.
Yeah.
Our classes go from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening.
Okay.
And the class that starts 6 go till 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So we have class that, depending on the demand, if we have the demand, we have our instructors here, they are willing to work till 8 o'clock latest. And we also have Saturday classes.
Okay.
If the demand is there, that is not a question.
Indeed. So one of the, pretty much my last question, one of the concerns is that looking at Indian Institute of Technology and their model that they had in India, they ended up having a little bit of a brain drain because they produce brilliant, people who can work in the IT service sector. But unfortunately, they couldn't be sort of, held within the country. Is the government supporting your initiative to make sure that when some of these people graduate, that there will be jobs available for some of these people, so that at the end of the day, these talents that are being nurtured here will be at the benefit to the Gambia people?
That is an excellent question. Here is what our strategy is. We are going to partner with the government to be able to support some of these working professionals. And many of the areas, if you really do things in an employer, if you empower them, if you pay them well, if you invest in them, they will stay. And the goal here is to show the government and the parastatal state and these private companies to invest in their employees so that they can see the value of that employee. So I think in another way to put this is, if I am an employer and I want to pay for one of my employees to go upgrade their skill to be a system administrator from a desktop support, I would have to really have a dialogue with them so that when they finish that program, they will at least stay with us for 5 years minimum. That would be something I would encourage companies or parastatal state, if they're sending their student or their employee to us and they're worried about if those people finish, they're going to leave them and go to another company. You can always set those parameters within your employee. And I think it all depends on the employer, what is the relationship with the employee.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time and your staff as well. And it's been an open door. Any last word from you or any of your staff that want to say something?
One thing I want to say is ITHT is unique, is different, and it is one-stop shopping. You want CRM, we can build it for you. You want database management system, we can build it for you. You bring your kids, your brothers, sisters here, we'll not only teach them, because it says, so teach me, I will forget, tell me, I will forget, but show me, I will always remember you. We are going to show them how this thing works. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
Engineering class is the requirement to get into this program. You have to have 3 credits minimum from high school, and you have to pass mathematics. And there's an entry exam you have to take in order to enter this program. And the entry exam, you have to score 50% above, because this requires a lot of mathematical skills. So we don't want to take people money just because we want to fill the class. That is absolutely a no at IIHT. So what we want is to test you, see you have the quantitative and the verbal aptitude to be able to handle the programming course on this class. So for that, definitely 3 credits, take the exam, we'll get you in. And a lot of people ask how much it costs. Money the only common issue when there's an absence of value. So when there's a value, the money is not a question. So come and see. We invite everybody to come and see. Sit here for 15 minutes. If you're a parent or an uncle or brother, come look at what this guy got on the show.